All right, let's dive in. When you think of real estate, you probably picture land, buildings, maybe a storefront on Main Street. But there's this other kind of property that's just as valuable, maybe even more so in our digital world, and that's premium domain names. These are literally the beachfront properties of the internet, and today we're going to talk about how they're being unlocked for everyone.
So what's really in a name? Well, it turns out a lot. I mean, just imagine you're looking to buy a car online. What's the first web address you'd probably type in? Chances are it's cars.com. Or if you're booking a trip, hotels.com, right? These names are incredibly simple, they're memorable, and they just scream authority. Owning one is like owning Rodeo Drive or Park Avenue in the digital world.
And get this isn't some tiny niche market. The annual global market for domain names is a staggering $7 billion, and it's still growing. This is a massive established asset class, but it's one that has, for the most part, operated in the shadows, really only accessible to a handful of people.
Okay, so where does that $7 billion market actually live? Well, for the most part, it's all concentrated in what you could call the world of digital real estate millions. You see, just like the best physical property, the absolute best digital addresses, those short, powerful .coms, are owned by a really small group of investors and big corporations. They basically created this exclusive, high-stakes club that quietly shapes how we navigate the internet.
But that very exclusivity leads to a huge issue, what we're calling the locked door problem. When you've got a multi-billion-dollar asset class that's controlled by so few, it becomes almost completely inaccessible to everybody else. For the average person, that door isn't just closed, it's locked, it's bolted shut. You can see all that value shimmering on the other side, but there's just no way to get in.
And this problem really breaks down into a few key pieces. First off, the price to get in is just astronomically high. We're not talking thousands of dollars. A top-tier domain can cost millions. Then you've got the fact that these are super illiquid assets. You can't just click a sell button. A single sale can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to find the right buyer and close the deal. And on top of that, how do you even know what a domain is really worth? The valuations are all kind of murky, negotiated behind closed doors, and the end result? Most investors are completely and totally locked out.
I mean, just look at this contrast. It shows you just how radical this whole shift is. Think about it. The minimum investment plummets from millions of dollars down to as little as $10. The time it takes you to sell goes from half a year to instant. And the pricing goes from these opaque, backroom deals to a transparent, real-time market that's open to everyone. It is a complete top-to-bottom reinvention of the system.
So how in the world is a transformation like that even possible? Well, this is the big aha moment. It's the core innovation, and we can call it the fractionalization key. The idea itself is actually beautifully simple. If you can't afford to buy an entire skyscraper, what if you could just buy one single valuable brick? What if you could own just a small piece of that multi-million-dollar asset? That right there is the central idea.
And the tech that makes all this happen is called fractionalization. It's basically the process of taking one big, expensive thing, in this case a premium domain name, and using blockchain technology to digitally chop up its ownership into thousands of smaller pieces or tokens. Each one of those tokens represents a tiny, tradable share of the whole thing. And the process itself is really quite straightforward. It happens in just 3 simple steps. Step 1, a protocol acquires a premium domain. Step 2, that domain's ownership gets digitally split into thousands of tokens. And Step 3, those tokens hit a 24/7 market where anyone can buy, sell, and trade them instantly. It takes a slow, clunky, old-school asset and makes it fast, fluid, and modern. Now, this is way more than just a clever tech trick. By making these previously untouchable assets both liquid and accessible, it's effectively creating a whole new investment class. We're talking about a potential shift from a private, exclusive club to an open, democratic marketplace. And that could have huge benefits for everyone involved, from new investors who finally have a way in to the current owners who have all their capital tied up. And what's really powerful here is that it creates a true win-win. For investors, it's a chance to diversify their portfolio into a totally new asset class and even generate passive income. But for the existing domain owners, it's a total game changer. They can finally unlock liquidity, get actual cash out of their asset without having to sell the whole thing. And for the very first time, they get a fair, market-driven price for what they own.
So here is a crucial point. This is about more than just passively holding a token.
As a token holder, you can actually earn a share of the revenue that the domain generates from things like advertising or being leased out. In some cases, you even get voting rights to help make decisions about the domain's future. It's an active, engaged kind of ownership, and it all happens on a global, instant market.
So if we zoom out for a second, this all points toward a much bigger vision, one where the future is fractional. This isn't just about unlocking one or two domains here and there. This is about fundamentally rewiring the entire market for high-value digital assets.
And the scale of this opportunity is, well, it's hard to overstate. Just consider this statistic. An estimated 95% of all premium domains are currently illiquid. That means they're just sitting there in digital vaults, collecting digital dust, their value completely locked up and out of reach. Fractionalization is all about putting that massive amount of dormant value to work.
And this isn't just a dream, there's a clear, data-driven roadmap. The goal for the first year alone is to bring over $50 million in assets onto the platform, fractionalize 1,000 premium domains, and bring in 10,000 active users. This is a concrete plan of action, not a far-off hypothetical.
And you know, it all comes back to this one core idea. The future of investing in this digital real estate isn't about being a millionaire who can afford to wait 6 months for a deal to close. It's about being anyone, anywhere, and being able to participate in an open market that is fractional, liquid, and decentralized.
So we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. We focused on domain names today, but this technology has way broader implications. What if it wasn't just about domains? What if every single rare digital asset, from digital art to collectibles to intellectual property, could be owned by anyone? That's the incredible future that fractionalization makes possible.